Okay, so welcome back to the channel. And one thing you might not know about me is I like to collect kind of oddball, weird, and strange things. And I also like to collect knives. And for this to be the first knife that I bring to my channel is a bit of an odd decision in and of itself. But I learned a very valuable lesson from it, and I thought that I would share it with the channel today. And so this is a little knife that I picked up on Amazon, and it's got an interesting opening mechanism, and that's like what I'm mostly interested in it for because in Canada, having knives with springs, buttons, anything that opens by itself or one-handed is technically a banned item. And so when I saw this listed as a automatic uh, knife here in Canada, and it's got a spring, and it's got some gears, and I was like, how does that work? How does that pass the ban, right? And so what it is it's got a really interesting opening mechanism here. You can see that when you split apart the top, it comes apart like that with those little gears working together to bring it out. And what it's supposed to be is that the knife is supposed to propel itself out just from the force of opening it, being the mass moving the blade up. It's supposed to be enough to bring it out like that. But it also leaves us in a position where most of the time what happens is I do it and it gets stuck. What that means is that this is like a finger trap. It has multiple finger areas for your fingers to get trapped where it would not be fun for your fingers. Mostly this area, and mostly how do I know? Because I actually may have some experience with this myself. And so, from learning from that experience, even though I still really like the knife, I still really like the design of this, like how everything looks, how it feels, even though, let me be perfectly frank, this is like a cheap, you know, Chinese whatever company, has no brand name, has no nothing. The steel is probably nothing, worthless. I'm not taking this out into the forest to survive or something like that. But I bought it as a little fun little thing to play with, right? Because I'm like, ah, yeah, who doesn't want to like a little thing, right? That you can open and close, right? But lesson learned, right? Lesson learned. I do tend to have a bit of Pinocchio syndrome. If I see the flame, I tend to want to stick my finger into it just to see how much it burns. You know what I mean? Just so then I'll know, right? But so when I see something like this, I already knew. I was like, man, this is a bad idea. You're gonna get your fingers, trapped in there at some point. Just funnily enough, happened to happen the day that I go to film the video about it. But I was like, it makes it a bit more of an interesting thing because it's authentic, right? So, but I'm not mad at it. I'm still not mad at the knife. I don't think it's safe. I don't think it's a toy. I don't think this is something that you should play with, right? But as a little thing in your pocket, like if you have nothing else and you just have that and you need something, right? It's like there it is, right? That's all it is. You do need two hands to open it. There is like a way that I've seen. You can flick it to close it. You're supposed to be able to flick it over. Oh, first try, eh? The other 9 times that I tried to do that, it didn't work. So that's how you're supposed to be able to do it. I wouldn't advise it. That's how I got this the first time. So I wouldn't advise it. But it's one of those things like I see something like this for 15 bucks on Amazon and I'm like, man, I kind of want to see it. I kind of want to play with it, see how it works, And so the only other interesting thing I thought about this as well is because it's not supported really by these. These are pretty thin compared to the knife itself, these arms, right? So technically speaking, the strength on this is probably not that great. So it's got these two little bolts that rest in these two little notches when it closes, and that's supposed to be the thing that like makes it so that it's solid. I would not rely on that for anything. Like I would worry that if I tried to stab this into something that the handles would want to come apart in my hand and the blade would want to slide up into where my fingers are and that kind of stuff. So not this is not space engineering. This isn't gonna, win any prizes as far as, sturdiness or robustness, but it's interesting. That's why I like these things. So it's like, I kind of saw it and I was like, yeah, I kind of want to add that to my collection. When am I ever going to see one like that again? Probably never, right? They're probably already gone off of Amazon anyways because it's probably a safety hazard. But if you could find it, it's just a fun little thing to have. Completely meaningless, completely nothing, but just, hey, what are we doing with our time anyways, right? Looking at fun, cool, interesting, neat little things, right? So there we go. I really like the size too. Just final comment, really like the size. But yeah, fun little tool. Keep it safe, keep it out of your fingers, and I wouldn't recommend this as a tool. I would recommend this as a novelty item to show people why you don't want to use this because you'll chop your fingers off it. So that's my that's my review. Yeah, but still interesting, still definitely neat. If it did automatically deploy, like you could just go like this and it was guaranteed that it was going to open, and I wasn't like tempted to stick my fingers then into the area to like, you know right, do something to pull it out, right? It's like that's the safety difference, right? But I don't know. I don't know. I can't help myself sometimes. I see something unique and interesting, and I'm like, you know what I mean? It's $15. What do I have to lose? Well, the tip of my finger apparently. But lesson learned. Gotta learn a few more of those lessons in life when you get older, because you haven't done it enough already when you were young. Oh man. But there we go, guys. If you like that, please leave me a like, comment, subscribe, share all the fun stuff, and avoid chopping your fingers off because, yeah, not a good thing. So we'll see you next time. Have a good one.